When second-grade teacher Megan Zachman and her husband Matt bought their home off of Red Pine Road, they knew it was coming with a project.
So we really liked the backyard. We thought it looked really neat, but it had a very steep hill in the backyard, and we noticed that it had a lot of grasses and some wildflowers, but it was mostly weeds.
Megan and Matt decided that they wanted to make something out of this giant hill. They initially planned to plant flowers and care for a garden in the rear of the house. But when Megan's brother, who is from Napa, California, came to visit, inspiration struck.
I showed my brother our new home, and he said, "Oh, you have a big hill, what are you going to do with it?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Well, why don't you make it into a vineyard?" So I thought, hey, that's a kind of a cool idea.
With the help of some friends and family, the Zachmans began their journey into planting their own backyard vineyard.
My old neighbor in Denmark Township, Hassan Sawani, and his wife, Dawn Sawani, planted about an acre of vines. He just mentored us through the process. He had a really cool backyard and it looked really neat, and we said, okay, let's do it. So through his mentorship and working with my dad, who's an agriculture consultant, he did a soil sample, tested it all, and kind of with the help of my mom and my dad and my husband Matt and Hassan, we put it together and had a really fun project.
Now, 5 summers later, their backyard is bountiful. 36 vines produce 5 different varieties of grapes.
These are the Prairie Star vines. These are a Minnesota hardy grape. We have 1 row of these, and then we have behind here some table grapes. This right here are the Warden vines. These here you can see are a little bit thicker. It's a really healthy vine, but this winter was very hard on it. And then we also have Somerset Seedless, 3 of those right here. And these are really yummy. They taste like strawberry when you eat them, very sweet and flavorful. So I gave them to my students today and they loved it. They were going on and awing over them.
Megan and Matt care for the grapes year-round. The work begins as early as February, as they prune the vines for spring. Throughout the spring and summer, they fertilize the soil around the vines and spray the vines to protect from insects and disease. However, it takes more desperate measures to protect the grapes from a bigger threat.
So right here you can see that this had bird damage right away. They attacked it. Birds hit them very hard because they're red grapes, so they look riper earlier. Once they get very desperate, they'll start to attack the green grapes, and the green grapes we then had to cover up with netting as well.
By late summer, the grapes are ready to harvest. Megan and Matt will harvest in the early evening hours to avoid hornets, which tend to attach themselves to the grapes. The Zachmans collect grapes in a large bag.
There's a pretty healthy looking cluster.
Every fall, the Zachmans rent a grape crusher and destemmer and a grape press.
Basically, just put the grapes through here and you crank it and it grabs the stems out of it and crushes it in the process. Whoa!
After the grapes are separated from the stems, Megan and Matt put what's left of the grape skins and juice into the press, which further separates the juice. What's left, they can then use to make jelly and wine.
Usually this is all a lot more hectic just because we have almost double or triple and we rent it for a day, but this year we just did 2 days because of timing with getting a truck to haul it and everything.
There's a bit of a break after the summer has come to a close, but by the middle of winter, Megan and Matt will be in their backyard, planning for next year's harvest.
I would say it's hard, but really fun and rewarding. I love to watch them grow. I get really excited just thinking about when the buds start to break, and I just get excited in watching them grow and seeing the grapes develop. It's pretty cool, it's fun to watch.